Hello, this is the first video of several videos that we're going to record in order to um, teach you or help you go through the process of preparing everything that you will need to test the capabilities of the IBM Watson Personality Insights service that we are using in our applications. This is a part of the process in participating in this contest promoted by IBM, which is called the Developer Competition in 2016. So in this first video, we're going to show you how to prepare a virtual machine in order to run an IBM Domino server, which is going to be, the main focus in this contest, because it's the platform that we are using for our applications. This process, we have decided to record this specific video because we have found very little information about how to do this process in a virtual machine with CentOS operating system. So that's the reason that we are going to use this video to help you with this process. First of all, as you can see in the screen, we're using workstation 12, which is a virtual environment. It help us create a virtual environment with different operating systems. The one we're going to use for this specific video is CentOS version 7, the minimal version, which is we have found this version to be very stable and provides everything that the IBM Domino server requires to operate normally. So the first process is, of course, we will going to create a virtual machine. We're going to use the custom or the advanced, process to create a virtual machine because in previous CentOS versions we found a bug because it tended not to install correctly when we selected to install the operating system during the process of creating the virtual machine itself. So as you will see in this tutorial, we kind of do a little trick with the installation of the operating system because we select the ISO file at the end of the process of creating the virtual machine itself. We're not going to specify or create or mount, in this case, the ISO during this process. Okay, this is the important part. You have to select the option I will install the operating system later, but we're going to specify that it's going to be a Linux version, in this case a CentOS 74 bits. You can name this virtual machine as whatever you want. I'm going to call it ICS, which is the acronym of this contest. I'm going to select everything by default. In this specific tutorial, I will use the bridge networking because I want this virtual machine to get a normal IP address in my LAN. Of course, you can select a NAT if you want to use this this environment, but I'm going to use bridge networking. I will select this default. I need to create a new virtual disk, of course. I will split, in multiple parts this disk. That's the name of the disk. Yes. I can, at this point, we have basically finalized the process of specifying, the options for this new virtual machine. But I'm going to customize, and what I like to customize is the display, because I don't want, I have a big screen, as you can see, but I really want, a not so big, screen or console for this new server that I'm configuring. At this point, I'm going to choose this resolution. I will close and I hit finish. Okay, now we have basically, created a virtual machine without an operating system, of course. That's what we're going to do in this at this moment. But before proceeding, I need to specify which is the ISO that I'm going to use. Of course, I have previously downloaded the CentOS 7, the minimal version. I will select it, and I will check this option to connect at power on, because I need this CD to be inserted in this virtual machine to be able to start configuring the server as soon as it starts. Okay, now we're basically ready. I'm going to power on this virtual machine, and we're going to start the process of configuring this this machine. The process is kind of simple, I will select this option to install directly, the operating system at this point, because I have previously checked the media, so I know it's valid and it's working. And this process is it takes some time. So at this time, we're going to start configuring, the virtual machine with the CentOS operating system. I'll teach you which are the options that we use for this type of virtual machines. We're going to wait till the wizard appears, so we can start, making some adjustments to the installation process. We have chosen to, do these tutorial videos instead of, writing every step of this process, because we have found that people tend to prefer to see the process instead of just, reading step-by-step processes. Okay, we can start, configuring this machine. I'm going to select, of course, English as default. Okay. At first, these screens seems like very easy. There are not so many options displayed, but you have to know which part of this process is needed before everything fits into position. The first step that I like to do is to configure the network card, virtual network card in this case. I want it to be connected. This process that I'm going to do is like, grabbing the cable, the Ethernet cable, and connected directly to the CPU. So this is the process, as simple as enabling it, and it will at this point recognize my LAN and detects if I have a DHCP server in my network, and of course it's going to get an actual working IP address. As I mentioned before, I'm using a bridge configuration, so it asked, in this case, it got an IP that is valid for my DHCP that I have in my network. At this point, I would like to configure this, because it's going to be easier for me to specify this configuration later to the IBM Domino server. I will call it, for example, ics.dominosoft.com. if you want to configure anything else, but I feel really comfortable with this configuration, so I will choose done. Okay, now that I'm connected to the internet, in this case, I can get back here and select the network, the time that I'm going to use. I'm in El Salvador in Central America, so I will search for my specific country, which is here. Yeah, it says you have no working network time server. I can go here and see that I have valid network time servers. Okay, now it says it doesn't show any strange messages, and that's my time, my current time. So I'm basically ready here. Language, I previously selected that. Okay, this is the option that we need to focus right now. I have to select where do I want to install this CentOS operating system. Of course, this is the only hard drive, virtual hard drive that I have for this virtual machine, so I'm going to select it and press done. It will be saving this configuration. We have to wait a couple of seconds. Okay, now we're ready to begin the installation. So I have the minimal version that I want to use for this virtual machine. I have the time, I have everything connected, so I can begin with the installation. Okay, it already started, but I have the option to specify the password for the root user that I'm going to select right now. Okay, it will say that it's weak. Yeah, I know it's weak because this is just a demo. I want to proceed with this weak password, so it keeps me reminding that this is a weak password, but I want to use it anyway. So I press 2 times the done button, and I'm not ready. I'm now ready for use this password for my root user. I can have the option to create the Domino user that I'm going to use in a later video, but I will prefer not to do that at this point, because I want you to see how to in this case to show you how you can do that from the CentOS console. So I'm going to post a text, a plain text file with everything that you need to know and to input in your console later to configure this virtual machine to be used by the IBM Domino server. So this process is going to take a couple of minutes. I will pause it, and I'm going to fast forward it so you can see what it looks at the end. See you soon. Okay, as you can see, the process has ended correctly. So we now have a virtual machine with CentOS 7 installed and ready to start using it. Um, so we're going to reboot and we'll wait for the console to ask us to enter a user and a password. And when we reach that screen, we might see that we have completed this part of this tutorial. Okay, it's starting normally, as you can see. Yeah, CentOS 7. Everything looks normal. Okay, that's the login screen. So we can start, the login process with the user root and the password we entered during the configuration of this virtual machine. As you can see, that's it. We now have a fully functional CentOS 7 virtual machine ready to start, configuring and installing the IBM Domino server. So this concludes this video, and in the next video I'm going to show you how to start configuring this machine to receive the IBM Domino server. Thank you for watching.